everyone. Ready to supercharge those saving skills?
I know I am.
We're going to do a deep dive into 10 great money-saving tips you need to try today.
Sounds good.
And we're not just talking like the typical, cut back on your lattes kind of advice.
Right.
This is about real strategies, real stats.
Yeah, some surprising ones, too.
Yeah. And even a challenge or two.
Ooh, fun.
To get you motivated to really reach those financial goals.
Yeah. What's really interesting about this article is that it goes beyond that, like skip your daily coffee.
Exactly.
It's really about making like strategic choices.
Yeah, informed choices.
That really align with your goals.
All right, so let's build our saving toolkit then.
Sounds good.
Starting with the foundation, a solid budget.
Right.
The article starts off with the classic 50-30-20 rule. Can you break that down for us? What does that even mean?
Think of it like a balanced meal for your money.
Okay.
So 50% goes towards your needs. Those like essential expenses, housing, groceries, transportation.
Yeah. The things you can't live without.
Exactly.
Right.
Then 30% is for your wants.
Okay.
Things that you enjoy but aren't like strictly necessary.
So like entertainment.
Exactly. Like dining out, hobbies, things like that.
Okay. 50 needs, 30 wants.
And then the final 20% is dedicated to savings and debt repayment.
Oh, okay. So it's not just savings.
It's both.
It's getting rid of that debt.
Exactly.
And building up that safety net.
Yeah.
All right. That makes a lot of sense. But how do you actually keep track of all of that?
Yeah.
Especially in like a world of,
Right.
contactless payments and subscription services.
I know. It's so hard.
It's hard to know where your money even goes.
Yeah. Well, that's where budgeting apps can be really helpful.
Okay.
They can like connect to your bank accounts, credit cards, and automatically categorize your spending.
So you don't even have to think about it.
Pretty much. So you can really see where your money's going.
So it's like a digital money manager in your pocket.
Exactly.
But some of those apps can be pretty intimidating though, right?
They can seem overwhelming at first, but most of them are designed to be pretty user-friendly.
Okay.
And remember, it's about finding a system that works for you.
Yeah.
Some people prefer spreadsheets. Others prefer pen and paper.
Right.
And then some really swear by those budgeting apps.
So whatever floats your boat, as long as you're tracking it somehow.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got our budget sorted.
Okay.
Now, how do we make sure we're actually saving toward our goals?
Right.
Because sometimes those savings goals can feel kind of distant.
Yeah, they can seem really far off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'll get to that later.
Right.
But then later never comes.
Yeah, that's where the power of setting specific goals comes in. Okay. And deadlines too.
Deadlines.
Yeah, instead of saying, I want to save money, try saying something more concrete like, I want to save $5,000 for a down payment on a car.
Okay.
By December of next year.
So a specific goal?
Right.
And an actual deadline?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can see how that would be more motivating, than just this vague idea of saving.
It gives you something to work towards.
Exactly.
But what if you're the type of person who struggles to save consistently?
Yeah, what about that?
Well, the article mentions an interesting challenge called the 100 envelope challenge.
Oh.
Have you heard of this one?
I have not.
Okay, so it's a simple,
tell me more,
yet surprisingly effective way to gamify your savings.
Right.
So you label 100 envelopes each with a number from 1 to 100.
Okay.
And every day you randomly choose an envelope and you put the corresponding dollar amount in it.
What do you mean?
So you pull out envelope number 32.
Okay.
You put $32 in it.
Oh. So you're going to end up with 50-50.
Yeah, exactly.
At the end.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
It's a fun way to keep the momentum going.
Yeah, and it seems like a fun way.
Right.
Yeah, to actually want to save it.
Yeah, and you see that money growing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's tangible. You can actually see those envelopes filling up.
Yeah, the article also talks about using savings trackers too.
Okay.
Which can help you visualize your progress and celebrate those milestones.
Yeah, like a visual representation of how far you've come.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got our budget.
Right.
Specific goals.
Yep.
Maybe even a fun little challenge to keep us on track.
Right. Yeah.
Now let's talk about automation.
Okay.
Because I've heard it's a game changer.
It is.
But I'm not really sure where to start.
Yeah, so automating your savings is basically like putting your financial goals on autopilot.
Oh.
So it takes away the temptation to spend that money. And it ensures, consistent progress.
Right.
The most common way to automate your savings is to set up a direct deposit from your paycheck directly into your savings account.
So you're essentially paying yourself first.
Exactly. before any of those other expenses.
Does that actually make a difference?
Absolutely.
Really?
Studies have shown that people who automate their savings are much more likely to reach their financial goals.
Interesting.
In fact, they're 30% more likely.
Wow, 30%.
I know.
That's huge.
It's a big difference.
That's a big motivator right there.
Yeah.
What about those financial apps? Can they help with automation too?
Absolutely. A lot of them offer features that allow you to round up your purchases and automatically transfer that spare change to your savings.
Oh, interesting.
They can also analyze your spending habits and suggest personalized strategies.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So it's like having a little robot advisor.
Right in your pocket.
Okay, so we've got a solid foundation.
Sound good?
Budgeting, goal setting, automating those savings.
Right.
But let's be honest, sometimes it feels like our money is just disappearing
Yeah.
faster than we can save it.
It can feel like that.
What are some practical tips for plugging those leaks?
This is where the article gets really interesting.
Okay.
It dives into the often overlooked world of unnecessary expenses.
Okay.
And guess what?
What?
The average American wastes a staggering amount each year on subscriptions.
Oh, no.
They barely use.
It's a feeling I'm part of that statistic.
I think we all are.
What kind of numbers are we talking here?
Over $200 a year on average.
Oh, wow.
It's those streaming services, you know.
Huh?
We sign up for it and forget to cancel gym memberships.
Oh, yeah.
And
Good intentions, but never actually go.
Exactly. And all those little recurring charges that fly under the radar.
It's scary how much those can add up.
It is.
Yikes.
So what's the solution?
Yeah.
Do we have to like become hermits and swear off all subscriptions?
Yeah, I was going to say.
Not necessarily. It's about being mindful and making conscious choices.
Okay.
And the article recommends a simple but powerful strategy called the 30-day rule.
30-day rule.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
Okay.
Tell me more.
So before making any non-essential purchase, whether it's a new gadget, a trendy outfit, or, yes, even a new subscription service, you wait 30 days.
Oh, so it's like a cooling off period?
Exactly.
For your impulses?
Yeah, it gives you time to really think about it.
Yeah.
Did you need that item? Or is it just like a fleeting desire?
Yeah. It's a whim.
Exactly. And often, after 30 days,
Yeah.
that urge to buy has passed.
And you've saved yourself some money.
Exactly.
It's like tricking your brain.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see how that could prevent some buyer's remorse.
Exactly.
And speaking of cooling off, maybe it's time to cool it on those restaurant bills, too.
Oh, yeah.
Eating out can really take a bite out of the budget.
It really can.
You know, it's so easy to just be like, oh, let's just grab takeout.
Yeah.
Or let's just go out to dinner.
You know, and it adds up so quickly.
Yeah. So what's the solution?
Yeah.
Do we have to, like, become master chefs overnight?
No, not at all.
Okay.
This is what I love about this article.
Yeah.
It focuses on, like, practical, achievable steps.
Okay.
So it encourages us to, like, embrace meal planning. Make cooking at home more regular.
Okay. But I'll admit, I am not the most organized person.
Yeah.
When it comes to meal prep.
It can be tough.
So any tips for making it easier and, dare I say, enjoyable?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Start by planning your meals around pantry staples you already have.
Okay.
And then create a grocery list to help avoid those impulse buys at the store.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, and you know what's a lifesaver?
What?
Cooking in batches.
Oh, yeah, like big batches of things.
So you have leftovers for lunch or dinner later in the week.
I love leftovers.
Such a time saver.
Yeah, it's...
And a money saver.
Yeah, those are great tips.
Yeah, like,
it seems like planning is key here.
it really is.
Speaking of planning...
Yes.
Let's talk about those cashback apps.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard about them.
Yeah.
But I'm not really sure how they work.
So cashback apps are a fantastic way to earn money back on your everyday purchases.
Wait, so it's like getting paid to shop?
Pretty much.
Sign me up.
And there are a ton of different apps out there.
Okay.
So you want to do a little research
Okay.
and find one that works for you and your shopping habits.
Any tips for maximizing those rewards?
Absolutely. First, look for apps that offer higher rewards for the retailers you frequent.
Okay.
Then make sure to combine those cashback offers with sales and coupons.
Oh, so you can stack the savings.
Exactly.
That's brilliant.
I'm starting to see a theme here.
What's that?
It's not just about cutting back.
Yeah.
It's about being smart and strategic.
With our spending.
Exactly.
Okay, I like it.
Now, speaking of smart shopping,
yeah,
let's talk about shopping with a list.
Okay, you know, I've always been a bit skeptical of lists.
Really?
I feel like they limit my spontaneity.
I get the...
You know? But I'm open to being convinced.
Okay, well, consider this.
Right.
Studies have shown that shopping with a list can significantly reduce those impulse purchases.
Okay, but by how much are we talking?
We're talking a potential savings of over $1,000 a year.
Really?
Shopping with a list can reduce impulse purchases by 23%.
Wow.
Which translates to like an average of $20 a week.
Over $1,000 a year.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm officially a list convert.
I told you.
But how do we make sure those lists are actually effective?
Okay, so first,
like, how do I make a winning shopping strategy?
plan your list around weekly ads.
Okay, to take advantage of sales.
Exactly. And then make sure you shop on a full stomach.
Oh, yeah?
Because when you're hungry,
everything looks good.
Right, you're more likely to make those impulse buys.
You know what? That is so true.
And finally, organize your list efficiently to make your trip quicker and more focused.
So you're not wandering the aisles aimlessly.
Exactly.
Okay, those are great tips.
Good.
I never thought I'd be so excited about grocery lists.
It's all about reframing our mindset, right?
Yeah, it really is.
It's not about restrictions.
Right.
It's about tools.
Yeah, to empower us.
Reach our goals.
Okay, so now let's revisit those subscriptions.
Oh, yes.
We talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Remember, the average American wastes over $200 a year on unused subscriptions?
It's a lot.
Yeah, that statistic was a real eye-opener for me.
Yeah?
I know I've got some digital cobwebs
Yeah.
lurking in my subscription list.
It happens to the best of us.
So how do we stop this?
So the key is to be proactive.
Okay.
So set reminders to cancel those free trials.
Yes.
Before they turn into paid subscriptions.
I always forget about those.
I know, me too.
Then use those budgeting apps we talked about to track your subscriptions and see how much they're actually costing you.
Yeah. And you know what else you can do?
What?
Consider sharing subscriptions with family or friends.
Oh, yeah, split the cost.
Exactly.
Okay, great tips.
Good.
Now for a topic I'm always excited about.
Okay.
Discount.
Who doesn't love a good deal?
Exactly. So the article really emphasizes being proactive about seeking out discounts before making a purchase.
Exactly.
So don't be afraid to do a little dig-in.
Exactly. Take advantage of coupons, discount codes, join loyalty programs.
Yes, all the rewards programs.
And leverage those cashback apps we talked about.
It's like a triple threat of savings.
I love it.
Okay, before we move on, I have a confession.
Okay.
I have been putting off reviewing my insurance policies.
Oh, yeah.
It just seems so complicated.
It can be.
And time-consuming.
Yeah.
So what's the best approach?
Yeah.
Do I need to, like, call every insurance company under the sun?
So the good news is there are a ton of online tools and services that can help you compare quotes from multiple providers.
Right.
And you might be surprised how much you can save.
Okay. I'm starting to see the light here.
Good.
Any other insurance-related tips?
Don't forget about bundling.
Bundling?
Yeah. Combining your home and auto insurance can often lead to discounts.
Oh, all right.
And remember, it's not a one-time task. You want to review those policies annually.
Oh, really?
Or after any major life changes.
Okay.
To make sure you're always getting the best deal.
All right, adding that to my to-do list.
Good.
Now let's switch gears and talk about something a bit more fun.
Okay.
The 100 Envelope Challenge.
Yeah.
I love how this article blends practical advice with creative challenges.
I know, me too. It's a great way to make saving more engaging and tangible.
Remember, by the end of it, you'll have saved over $5,000.
It's amazing.
That's pretty motivating.
It is.
Now let's revisit the topic of meal planning.
Yeah.
It's one of those habits that can really transform our relationship with food and our finances.
It can save you so much money.
You're right. Meal planning is a powerful tool.
Yeah.
Not just for saving money, but reducing food waste.
You remember, we're talking about a potential savings of $300 each month.
Wow.
Just by cooking at home more often.
And it's not just the financial savings, right?
Right.
It's about, like, reclaiming control over our food choices.
Yeah.
Prioritizing our health.
Yeah.
Reducing our environmental impact.
Exactly. It's a win-win.
On so many levels.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be complicated.
Right.
Remember those simple tips we talked about? Plan your meals around those pantry staples.
Yes.
Create that grocery list. And cook in batches.
Yes, to save time and energy.
Exactly.
All right, and before we wrap up, let's revisit that crucial tip about cutting those unnecessary expenses.
Yes, those little leaks can add up over time.
So how do we break free?
That's where the 30-day rule comes in handy.
All right.
Remember, before making any non-essential purchase, hit that pause button.
Yeah.
Give yourself 30 days to think about it.
I love that idea. It's like a financial detox
For
your impulses.
Exactly.
And you know what's really inspiring about these tips?
What's that?
Is that they're really accessible to everyone.
Absolutely.
Regardless of, income level or financial expertise.
Exactly.
It's not about having some secret formula. It's about,
simple strategies.
Yeah, powerful strategies.
That anyone can use.
To take control
Of their finances.
So as we wrap up our deep dive, what are some of the key takeaways that stand out to you?
For me, it's the reminder that small changes can make a huge impact when you apply them consistently.
Yeah.
Whether it's automating your savings, being mindful of spending, or embracing meal planning, all these strategies together can transform your relationship with money.
Yeah, it's really empowering to realize, we do have control over our financial futures.
Yeah.
We don't have to just be victims of our circumstances.
Right.
We can really actively shape those financial futures.
Yeah, absolutely. It's about like shifting your mindset from, scarcity to abundance, from feeling overwhelmed to feeling empowered.
Right.
And these tips are a roadmap for that.
Yeah. So I have to ask, out of all these tips that we've unpacked, what really resonated with you? What was your aha moment?
It's that subscription audit that really hit home for me.
Yeah.
Just how easy it is to let those recurring charges just slip through the cracks.
Totally.
And then they add up to be, such a drain on your finances.
Yeah.
So I think that's a great starting point for anyone looking to gain control.
Yeah, it's such an easy thing to overlook.
It is.
But it can make a big difference.
Huge.
I'm personally drawn to that automating my savings idea.
Oh, yeah.
It just seems so effortless.
It is.
And effective.
Yeah.
Like setting those financial goals on autopilot.
Exactly. And it goes back to, paying yourself first. Really prioritizing your financial well-being.
Making it a non-negotiable. So everyone listening, we've explored a wide range of tips today.
We have.
From budgeting basics to, these fun, creative challenges.
Right.
We've really covered it all.
We have.
But now comes the most important part.
Yes.
Taking action.
Absolutely. Knowledge without action is like a car without an engine.
Ooh, I like that.
Might look impressive, but it won't get you anywhere.
So true. Yes. So what is the one tip you're committing to?
Ooh.
This week?
That's a good question.
Which strategy are you going to put into action to start seeing those real savings?
Well, you know what I would say to everyone listening is just start small. Even small changes can make a big difference over time.
Yeah.
It's about building those habits one step at a time.
And celebrating those wins.
Yes. Every step towards financial freedom is a victory.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive.
It was my pleasure.
We've learned so much about practical ways to save and achieve our financial goals.
Absolutely. And remember, you've got this.
Yeah, you do have this. So
until next time.
Happy saving.
Happy saving, everyone.